All right, this is day number 28. Let's get on over to Pro Tools and take a listen. Ba-boom, boom. So as you can see, this one is a little bit simpler. I'm really trying to stick to the ethos of getting these done in one day. Sometimes I take a few days to do it. So that's what I did with this one. It's like I didn't have much time to do it, so I just wanted to get it done, wanted to have something finished. And I really think like with the point of these, like the whole point of doing this for 100 days, for doing 100 songs, it's taking me more than 100 days, but 100 songs, trying to do one song per day that I actually do it. I'm just trying to get as many ideas out as possible. So, to me, it's okay if it's not completely finished or totally done. Like, if there's enough here that I could take it to a top liner, like someone who could write lyrics and sing over it, or another musician who could add things onto it. Like, there's enough here that we can add other stuff onto it. There's enough for somebody to get inspired to do something else. So that's all I care about. That's enough for me. I certainly could do more too, but tomorrow I want to write a different song. So yeah, I'm just really trying to stick to that, like, really strictly. And then also, going to bed on it on time and doing my job at another time, working from home, doing freelance stuff. So I really have to be strict about my schedule so that I have enough time to even do something, like I need at least 4 hours, preferably like 6 hours to do a lot, so I can actually get something reasonably done. Otherwise, if I just didn't have enough time, it wouldn't be good. Okay, anyways, let's talk about chord progressions. This one is actually interesting. I reused some ideas and some motifs all over, but in different keys and to get to different destinations, like using different tools, or using the same tool in a different way, I guess, but with harmony. So the verse is D minor to E flat to C minor. So that's all it is. And then it just repeats twice. And then this chorus here that we're listening to is C major to F to G7 to F major, 7 to G7. In the bridge, we go to A minor, go to the minor 6 of C, the mediant as it's called. Then where do we go? We go A minor to D minor, and then that one was a B, 7 sharp 5 to get us to turn around, and then A minor D, walk down to C minor, F, and then C minor F up to G, up to this G minor, like a backdoor 2-5-1. Instead of going to B flat, go up to the G to get that. And then in the pre-chorus, we have G, I guess more of a G sus, not really a G minor, to A flat to F, A flat major to F sharp major, and then back to G to A flat major to D flat, and then down to C. So I'm always using like this, I guess this half step kind of idea, like the verse is D minor up to E flat major, minor to major up, and then in the pre-chorus I do the same thing, but it's G sus up to A flat major. So again, that half step up to a major, and then to get to the chorus, I go down. I do like the tritone substitution to go from D flat major down to C. So that's what I mean, like taking an idea. I mean, really it started out as like, I'm going to take a minor chord and then go up a half step. And then it's like, okay, then I'm going to take a sus, like dominant sounding chord and go up a half step. And then I'm going to take a major chord and go down a half step. It's like the same idea being used in a different context. So that's cool. Lately I've been doubting myself. Someone asked me the other day on one of the comments, they're like, does it get easier or harder? And I said that technically it gets easier, like I'm getting better. For sure I'm getting better as a musician and being able to play bass and keys and guitar more consistently. But the creativity is always hard. Like, it's really just sometimes really hard to just stay out of my own freaking way. So that's a lot of the trouble I had with this one. I was really doubting myself a lot. Like, man, this isn't good. I don't like this. Like, I'm no good. I'm a nobody. I'm never gonna win a Grammy or whatever. But then I took a break and came back to it, and I was like, no, this actually is really good. I need to stop telling myself these negative stories and just lock in and finish this. So that is the hard part, is staying out of my own way and staying positive and not trying to like compare myself to somebody else, but just being me and not really comparing my music to other music too. I think that's the hard part. It's like, of course I have to compare because I have to make quality things, and that's important. But also a lot of things I'm listening to, like I'm 10 years behind the people who are writing that music. So in a way, like if my stuff doesn't sound like theirs, then like good, that's good. That means I have a lot more to do and a lot more to grow. But sometimes it's hard to feel that way. A lot of the times it's just like, well, then I suck if my stuff doesn't sound like them, and that's that, and I'm just bad. Or it's like, no, I'm just 24, you know. That's the only difference between me and them. So yeah. But I like this one, a little simple one, but it's cool. Definitely, I know that I could take this to my peers, and they would be happy to spice it up and make it even better, which is all that matters. I don't know if I can really talk much about the mix. It's pretty simple. Addictive drums, always using the Vintage Dead here. Vintage Dead. Really like this one, especially for this sound. Like I like that really close drum sound for this kind of R&B kind of stuff. Again, SSL, EQs on everything, cut the lows, boost the highs. Pretty straightforward. Distressor. I'm really going light on it this time. I'm not trying to do too much here. I maybe could have gone a little bit harder, but I don't know. I feel like around 7, 8, 9 is really where I wanted to peak and do most of the work. So that's where it is. And then VerbSuite Classics. Lately, this is what I use for my drum reverb. I really have been liking this fat plate. There's also one called Fat Chamber. I'll just search it up. Yeah, either this one or that one. Really like those. I feel like a lot of the times especially with addictive drums, that the snare reverb can be really harsh and not pleasant to listen to. So I like these chambers, fat plate, fat chamber. I feel like they really do a good job. Really do a good job of containing the snare there and making it a little more listenable. So that's what I keep going back to. And then cut the lows a little bit, cut the mids a little bit, make it a little wider, a little bit of chorus. And that's really it. Oh, and then I want to talk about, I have some motifs in here. I can't forget about that. In the choruses, let's go to this chorus. So that's a motif from day 3. I have a melody that goes. It's a different chord progression, so the melody is different. But that's a quote. And then there's another one from "Am I the Same Girl" by Barbara Acklin. That one. Am I the same girl that you? Yep. This has been in my head recently, I guess. Listening to like old soul music from back in the day. So I wanted to put those in there. It just naturally came with the chord progression. I was like, ooh, I could throw some quotes in here to stuff that I've done, to stuff that somebody else has done. Yeah, just a little ear candy for the people who pay attention and who know what it's about. Who can identify it. Okay, I honestly think that's about it. Let's stop this. Back over to me. Thank you for watching. In the description is a link to my SoundCloud, which has all the songs that I've done so far, if you want to listen to just the tracks without me talking over them. And also in the description is a list of all the software that I use, the instruments that I use, the plugins that I use. If you're curious about what it is and you want to try some of it out for yourself, I highly recommend it. And it's in the description for you to research. Okay, thank you for watching. Goodbye.